once more in Tianjia, the
Yes.
capital city of T, the
It's true.
center of the Tian universe.
Oh my god, the TN Cinematic Universe.
Are you going to comment on everything I say,
Yes.
or just like every other sentence? T. Actually, let me just for a second. Can we remind ourselves where exactly what exactly we are doing, and what is the last thing that were done? You successfully managed to manage uh, a breach between two of the draconic siblings, which was certainly good.
We scried on a vampire.
You scried on a vampire who saw you and gave you the finger.
And
That
then
was
we,
expected, though.
and now we're gonna kick his ass.
Yeah.
Well, that is the question. How are you going to do that? There are, as you've just been walking around the palace, you have noted that there are many guards around. And on more than one occasion, you have seen Chamberlain New just sort of around, but more than perhaps you would expect to see such a high-ranking official. Almost as if he himself is keeping an eye on you.
He doesn't trust us.
What?
You are very powerful, potentially dangerous people in the palace he is sworn to protect. It could be that you still pose a threat to the Emperor. And based on his previous warning, if you were to potentially strike at your friend and mine, the ruthless and evil Namboku, you could find yourself on the receiving end of the palace's defense apparatus.
I mean, we just sort of left off with the scrying, didn't we? I can't remember exactly because it's been
You
a
did.
while.
Asai, you step away from the mirror, having
plan.
successfully scried upon the evil vampiric warrior. I suppose just continuously calling him evil is a little redundant at this point. You know who he is.
Malfeasant.
Upon
Good
Namboku,
one.
your friend and mine,
Friend
and
is a
have
bit much.
reported to the rest of your party what you saw. What do you guys do?
I don't know.
What if we like entrap him into making a mistake and attacking us?
Ah,
You know?
classic. Uh-huh.
I do like this plan because then self-defense is a great defense.
Leica, you are occasionally very quiet, by the way.
Okay, so it's not just me. I thought that was like, yeah. I'm not really sure what to.
I think we just
My
gotta wait it
problem
out
is-
for now.
Tip them off.
Try to see if he slips up.
What if we set up a sting operation because he wants kinetic powers, right?
Mhm.
I got plenty of those.
Yeah, he's aware, I think.
Yes, but I'm usually alongside some very strong people. So I'm not exactly vulnerable.
I wouldn't say that you're vulnerable even when you're not with the rest of us.
Well, yes. Agreed. But he would feel more confident trying to approach me if I were, say, alone in a vulnerable position than, if I was not.
Like vulnerable in what way? Like you're in the tub or something?
Dang, pal, your mind goes right there, huh?
I'm just saying, I'd be
Interesting.
taken unawares if I was in the tub. Otherwise, I don't think a vampire could sneak up on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that actually, this place has like semi-public baths, correct?
There are.
Mm.
Your suite has a couple of private bathrooms for just the suite of rooms, but you've seen commodes around, and obviously the Southern
Pool.
War Palace is basically a gigantic pool.
I like
Um,
that one.
if you had to, you could probably locate a more public bath, more like a sauna or or just like a bathing area that's not necessarily meant for washing, but rather recreation.
Yeah. So,
Do we still have hats of disguise? Whatever happened to the hats of disguise?
Presumably, if you've kept them in your inventory, they only weigh a pound.
I just feel like we could get up to mischief. Would a vampire see through a hat of disguise? I guess that's the question.
probably.
Damn it. Because we could all turn into Suru and we could really, piss him off or something. Be funny. Might not work though, because he's a vampire.
Would be pretty funny, though.
I don't know. Can
Be funny.
vampires see through stuff like that?
They could probably smell you or something. I don't think the hat disguises a scent.
Have we tried?
Oh. Suppose not.
Okay, there is a delicate balance here of we need to find a way to goad him into doing something without being too terribly obvious and getting ourselves in trouble.
Why don't we just tell everybody that this guy's a vampire and he sucks? Until nobody wants to
Yeah, I
be
think we
around
should.
him.
I think we should just wait out till the other dragons. See what they think.
That's true. They were planning their own intervention.
Yeah.
You're
And
going
maybe
to
they'll
build
just
a
kick him
dragon
outside
alliance?
and we fight him there. Sorry, what's else?
What?
Who said that?
Oh, that was Pascal.
Okay.
Wait, were you guys going around and meeting dragons without us?
Yeah.
Rude.
Oh, only two. Really.
I got some really old wine.
Yeah.
You got really old wine?
Like, is that
Yeah.
you in real life saying that, or
No,
it's
that's-
in game. We got really old wine.
Yeah, wait, Pascal is an appraiser! Pascal!
Oh my god.
no? Akio's an appraiser. Give him that.
No!
We told Hai Zongwo and Senlin Ma. Well, Senlin Ma already knew about them. Then we told Hai Zongwo about Namboku.
And we also ferried letters.
We did try to talk this. We did try to talk this out there, but he still, you were here for that.
Right.
So maybe might be best to tell Guante Dun and Feng Wu and see if maybe they can convince Zhao if it comes to it.
This wine old? I just picked one that had a cool looking bottle and I didn't really look at the label that hard.
I'll take a look at this one.
No.
Pascal takes the wine sort of protectively from Akio. Just need to find Pascal's character sheet. And allow it to open. In the fullness of time. Yep,
What?
still opening. Up.
Oh wow.
Page is unresponsive. Let's wait a little. It should respond. I don't see why I wouldn't. There it goes. Alright. So, Pascal. Skills. Oh, my neck. Background skills. Appraise. Push the button. Boop. He rolled a 3.
Wow.
Yeah. But he still got a 24, which is still a pretty good roll. He looks at this and goes, this is like ancient elven wine. This is like it should be like dust in there, so it must be enchanted or something.
That's how get anime wine too.
I'd have to look at reference to know exactly how much this would be worth, but this has to be worth a lot. Presuming it's still good. I don't know how far that enchantment goes.
Neat.
This like
Akio, do you want to try looking at it?
by looking at it, do you mean I can take a sip? Because that's.
Ow.
Do you trust me?
I don't want
Ow.
to open it.
You're not
honestly.
opening it.
All right,
Yeah,
fine. I
don't-
guess if
don't-
it's valuable, but I think it's no, don't trust me with it.
We appreciate your honesty.
Might make a nice gift for the
I
Emberellian guy who talks really slow.
I am someone that is aware of my addiction. Also, wait, why? Sorry, could I get the context of why we have these bottles?
Just took
It
them.
was a gift.
Are they what?
Sunlin Ma offered us bottles of wine from the apology basket.
Just take whatever. Yeah.
The vampire.
No,
the
Senlin Ma,
dragon.
the dragon, the water dragon.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got confused there. Okay.
And now we have 2 bottles of 7,000-year-old wine.
Okay.
I mean, these are probably really valuable just from like a historical perspective. Like these are museum pieces.
Yeah.
The bottles are museum pieces. Like, look, they're weird shaped. They're almost like decanters, but they got. And as he shows, you hadn't really noticed it before, but this bottle is sort of shaped like in a very elegant but oblong way, almost like it's a pitcher that rather than curving down to a point, it just sort of continues upward before tapering to a pouring direction, and the cork is sort of seated deep down into its neck. This must be a pain in the ass to open.
Well, good thing we're not doing that.
Right. Well,
Someone was supposed to say something. Oh well.
I don't know what you guys want to do though about what to do next. Do you want us to come with you, or do you want to just keep it to the small team? Because I'll be
Go.
honest, I am kind of enjoying just chilling out in a palace. It's nice.
Probably just, do it with a small team. We don't need to bring everybody all every time.
Yeah, and weren't you like invited to go lift with a golden dragon?
Oh yes.
What?
I mean, don't think he meant right now, but
Was Bedfire invited?
yeah.
Okay. I would have taken offense if you had said no. Let's go. And Bedfire puts his he was not aware of this. Let's go. Yup. Who
Was it
cares
right
about
now, or
bottles
was
of
it
wine?
like in the evening, or
It's
is
now
it evening?
now. It doesn't matter. It's now.
Okay.
There's a gym here.
Okay.
Every time's a good time for lifting.
Especially when your frame can't go through a door frame.
I mean,
Ain't that right, Pascal? Only us problems, right?
I can fit through door frames.
Not if we go and make sure that we're gonna go fix that, buddy. Let's go.
Oh, I'm really more an aesthetic about.
We're gonna make memories.
Pathfinder drags off Pascal. Where you're not quite sure because you don't know where Chancellor Zhao is right now, and presumably neither do they. But there they go. God love them.
Godspeed.
The rest of you, what would you care to do?
They'd like right on someone's suggestion. I've been out of go look for a
Yes.
second.
I guess we should go see Duan Taidan and Feng Wu.
That sounds like a good idea. Get all four involved.
All right. Which would you like to see first? You could, at this point, you're getting pretty familiar with the halls around this area of the palace. So exiting and going in one of the two cardinal directions that you still need to go is not exactly terribly difficult at this point, although it is starting to get into the later afternoon. You don't know how late dragons are receiving people, but from what you know of Duante Dunn and Feng Wu, they both seem to be up at very odd hours of the day. So where do you go?
The baths, like the public bath
Go to
place. The
Feng Wu
bath.
first. What?
Kasumi is going to the public baths, and the rest of you going to Feng Wu?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that sounds like yep. That's the plan then. Let's split the party.
Does Kasumi want like bodyguards or?
A good lure doesn't need bodyguards.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, if someone wants
What
to
are-
come hang out close by
What are
without
your intentions for how this goes down?
to tempt him into trying to attack me,
Okay, and then he attacks you with his vampire powers and uses mind control. Then what?
but then he's excommunicado from this place.
Okay, if somebody catches him, but again, he has mind control that he can use on like a amount of people. at a time, it would seem.
Fine, I won't go be a lure and then kill the vampire.
1 second. I think if I have my social spells today, I might have anti-mind control spells.
And Facebook-itis.
I just need to log into Google to see my sheet. Okay.
That's really funny because yeah, you do need your Google account for your social media. This is dumb.
I have Break Enchantment prepared, and that one is... don't show me this again, please. The spell frees victims from enchantments, transmutations, and curses. It can reverse even an instantaneous effect. For each such effect, you make a caster level check against a DC of 11 plus caster level of the effect. Success means the creature is free of the spell, curse, or effect. For a cursed magic item, DC is equal to the DC of the curse.
That would... I don't believe that it provides a lingering protection. That would, however, remove it if it was on someone.
Yeah, if Kasumi came back brain-addled, we could unbrain-addle her, and then she would be a witness. 1 second, let me see what else I have. I have Detect Undead, so we could keep an eye on him. Consecrate, Weapon of Awe. Mark of Obvious Ethics. Wait a second. What does this do? You mark one creature with a glowing sigil. The target's alignment must be opposite yours on at least one alignment axis. If you are neutral with no other alignment components, the target must have an alignment with no neutral component. Any creature that sees the target can attempt a DC 15 Knowledge Religion check to discern the target's alignment, even if the mark is covered. You are aware of the direction and distance to the target as long as it remains within 100 miles of you and on the same plane. I mean, if he's evil, that would be a very good way to prove that he's evil.
It would put a big red sign on his head.
But also, I don't know if they care about all this.
That's true. Dragon ethics are different than our ethics. Just turn to break enchantment. Yeah, I don't think I have any preventative stuff. Sorry.
That's fine. I just won't do it.
Unless you want to.
I mean, I do, but everybody's gonna scold me about it.
Feels high risk, high reward, you know?
It is high risk, high reward, but also we can't afford to just wait forever for him to slip up, because we also have other things we need to do here.
Yeah. Well, he's not interrupting.
It's only been a couple hours so far. We shouldn't move with haste, or else it's gonna get messy here.
All right. Well, then I won't do anything.
I mean, don't let...
No, it's fine. Doesn't make sense to go rush off on my own. So, what are we doing then?
We're gonna go see Feng Wu.
Okay, let's go see Fun Wu.
You make your way east. Exiting the central Golden Palace and into view of the towering spires of limestone rock that erupt from the ground. Structures built into the shape of What are those things?
The word you used previously was karst?
Karst! Thank you. Into the shape of karsts, but clearly being buildings themselves. And as you get closer, you begin to walk upon a promenade railed off from the rest of the palace by a banister that appears to be made from ivory. And as you continue along, it begins to elevate until you are walking up a ramp that turns to stairs. Many stairs. And by the end of your ascent, you are on a plaza surrounded on all sides by the towers of this palace, with one directly ahead of you being larger and a little bit more ornate than the other ones. It's with its natural shape giving way to tiered roofs, appearing almost as if a pagoda had erupted out of the ground of its own accord. It too appears to be entirely carved out of the same white rock, the tiles of its roofs gleaming in the lowering sun. The doors are a perfect circle, a moon door that is currently closed before you, with the symbol of the east, the circle that fades towards gray, from white to gray, before you. As you begin to approach, you hear a sort of grinding sound, and the circular door begins to roll out of the way of its own accord, revealing that it itself is made of the same stone as all else here. And you walk into a fairly brightly lit hall where Feng Wu is currently sat with a number of attendants, a few white-clad soldiers at various entrances to elsewhere in the tower, standing at attention as well. She looks up at you with her opaque white eyes, her face expressionless and as it usually is. Greetings, Sadaryudo. And
Sato nods. And greeting.
you have come to me for insight or assistance?
Both, I guess, in a way.
I will provide you what I can. Please
I'm
leave
not
us.
sure how much you've.
The various attendants file out, and with a nod, the soldiers, who you note are quite versatile. There's a versatility in their equipment. They have bows as well as spears and shields, and they move with a exceptional discipline as they turn around and shift out of the room, closing doors behind them until it's just you and the dragon. Well, former dragon, erstwhile dragon. I will provide what assistance I can.
Where's Madame Mura, by the way?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You don't know. It just sort of floated off at some point. People were taking showers or bathing and what
No,
have
I was
you.
I was literally asking. I was literally asking Feng Wu about that.
Oh,
Yeah. I hadn't seen him for a bit.
with my senses limited to what a human's eye, I'm afraid I'm not wholly equipped to answer that question.
Okay.
If you don't know, then I don't have any further insight.
All right.
I presume somewhere in the palace.
Anyway, I'm not sure how much you've noticed since getting back, especially with your senses. All this they are, but there's I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. There's a man who's not quite a man from our past, who's been invited as a guest of Zhao's here, who's staying in
The
the palace.
vampire.
You're speaking of the vampire.
Yes, you noticed?
Yeah.
Okay.
My nose may not be able to smell as it once did, and I may not be able to hear as well as I could whilst in dragon form, but that does not mean I have other eyes or ears with which to learn about the world. But that does not mean I don't have other eyes and ears to learn about the world. Anyway, my ability to speak English has also been limited by my unfortunate transformation. I'm aware of the undead currently in the palace. I have been informed. Zhao appears to be attempting to rehabilitate him.
Yes.
You have encountered him before.
Yes. That can
What do you
Sarugu.
think of this?
I don't want to disregard that an undead could potentially be rehabilitated, but I don't believe Namboku is one such kind.
I
Especially
happen
after
to know for a
everything.
fact that simply because it is one's nature to destroy, it does not mean that your actions must flow from thence. When golden dragons were first brought upon the world, they were, as destroyers, as monstrous as any other of our kind.
How many lifetimes did it take for that to change?
Dragon lifetimes or yours?
Let's say both.
Oh, one number is quite a bit larger than the other. But for the ancient dragons whose lives were as long as Locus's, all the events that would to follow would happen within their lifetimes. It is not until dragonkind attempted to remake the world in our image did our numbers truly start to decrease, and with good reason. But my mother was one such dragon, the greatest such dragon. excuse me, not the greatest such dragon, one of the greatest such dragons, whose mother was the greatest golden dragon, whose mother was the goddess Budapest or Vastrusta. And my mother's mother, my grandmother, the greatest of golden dragons, did make that choice to defend those who could not defend themselves, and to save lives rather than to destroy them, to protect rather than to rule. To build instead of, well, lighting everything on fire and eating them.
How do we stop this?
I apologize. My life is long, and as is my windedness.
That's sort of like the problem is that ours aren't as long, and for a person like that to change, it's not likely. He's like a child murderer. He's a child murderer.
Oh.
Would be anyway, as far as we know. But
That
yeah.
that would be an exceptional turn of events. You
Yeah.
consider his guile such that he might convince my brother of his sincerity while it was not so?
You would certainly try.
Yeah, I think he probably. I don't know how susceptible a dragon would be to the mind tricks of a vampire, but I think just in general he's like a pretty charismatic person.
If the vampire attempted to control Zhao, Zhao would eat him. He must have been convinced via either sincerity or glibness.
Supposedly, he ran into a burning building to save orphans,
Yeah.
which is, ironic considering that he tried to murder and eat orphans, but,
Probably burnt the place down in the first place, you know?
Hmm. Well,
I feel like if he was actually trying to change, his reaction to seeing us would have been very different.
what was his reaction to seeing you?
Annoyance.
Yeah.
And I don't know, not taking it very seriously. Like he feels that I believe that he thinks he is safe here.
For you?
Mhm.
What are there any threats without the palace that would make him want to stay within?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had a friend, as far as we know, chasing him down for what, months or something at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's got the ability and know-how to take him out permanently. So
Interesting. See. But still, I cannot completely dismiss that Zhao sees something within him that you might not. I will have to speak to my brother on this.
Okay.
I apologize that is perhaps not the answer you were hoping for, but
It's fine.
We will
I'm
get
still
to
not.
the bottom.
Okay. Honestly, I'm still not sure what to do about it myself.
He thinks that he is safe
Yep.
from
I believe so.
you and your friend.
Yes, most likely.
Observe that I am patient and slow to speak, as I am in
Mhm.
no rush really to do anything as a result of my endless lifespan. His too is effectively the same. He will not age, his body will not decay, though it is already dead. He could spend 1,000 years in this place. Could it be that he simply wishes, having met a force that threatens him, to wait it out?
That's
Yeah,
my
probably.
worry, honestly.
I mean, he's also like using
'Cause
mind
what if he
control
just-
on the staff
just-
here.
He just goes back to his old ways.
Though now with the familiarity of several dragons,
Hmm.
we don't forget smells very easily. And I think you've noted at this point that there's more than one of Zhao's bloodline here.
Yeah, but he could just go back to Surugu or somewhere far away where nobody will smell him.
And thus begin his evil in a far-off land once more,
Mhm.
devouring more children or whatever it is he was doing. Why was he murdering children? That's unusual even for...
There was some blood magic stuff going on. He wanted to steal their. They were elemental plane touch kids. He wanted to steal their elemental powers. There's a whole thing. Yeah.
Interesting. Thwarted by yourselves?
Yeah.
Very good. There's the question of whether or not redemption should even be offered to one such as he, or if perhaps the only redemption to be had would begin with his threat being removed. These are things that I will think upon, and these are things that I will bring up to my brother.
Potentially, but I don't believe a palace is really living a life of idle luxury is really the most punitive for what he's done.
That is what I am saying.
Ah, yes.
It is perhaps more just that Zhao step on him or something. Ordinarily, I wouldn't think that'd be very threatening, but wow.
Like it just.
I was
losing-
thinking the same thing. I was like, he's gonna get stepped on by a nerd, and it's actually gonna hurt.
I know I don't visit home very often, but that was a surprise. I wonder if he's any bigger lateral lengthwise, or if he's just wide. Anyway, not important. You have my blessing to do as you will within the palace to ferret out this vampire's
Ooh.
true intent. any evidence that you can present to convince Zhao would be greatly appreciated. He has always
Alright.
been reasonable and even-tempered. I'm sure we'll have no problem helping him see the truth, if the truth is as you say.
Thank you for your time, Fengwu.
It is always available for you. Perhaps more time than you would like to cede. She rings a small gong next to her. The doors open. Her various people begin to file back into the room. The guards take their positions, and the stone door opens once again, allowing you to exit the sparse white stone chamber, leaving you once again in the immaculate courtyard of the Eastern Palace. From whence do you go?
I guess let's finish off with Duan Taidan.
At this point, it is starting to get a little bit late. The sun has, at this point, left the sky, leaving only a hemisphere of the heavens colored in bright pinks and a increasingly darker red and purple as the rest dims to the blue-black of night. Against this dark backdrop, you begin to approach the northernmost palace in the great palace in the center of Tianxia. The Iron Palace of the North appears to be constructed out of its namesake, and appears more as a titanic smeltery than a palace of comfort and leisure. Great smokestacks erupt from various points on the tiered roofs of its towers, belching forth a acrid black smoke that drifts off to join the various clouds that emerge from various chimneys in the city. Its windows all alight with a dull, roiling red, warm, but not in a necessarily inviting way. Unless perhaps if you're a dwarf. Or an iron dragon. You're allowed to pass right through the main gates, a pair of extremely heavily armored, black armored 10 guards, not even like acknowledging your approach or passing, evidently wholly aware of who you are and that you are allowed to be here. As you pass into what a massive great hall with a tall vaulted ceiling, and one that you can see in a number of places has collected small little clouds of smoke that didn't entirely escape up the chimneys and flues of the very many furnaces and forges that line the walls and even stand alone in the middle of this large and open space. Pillars in the middle of the room are actually forges themselves, the pillar acting as the flue for smoke to pass upward and out of this palace. And in it are all this is easily the most populated, or at least most densely populated palace that you've seen before, because it is a riot of motion. people working on various crafts, and even at this late hour of the day, apparently motivated not so much by output, but actual love of the art that they are pursuing. And in the midst of this, you can see the very tall hat of one Duancie Dun, the great iron dragon of the north, currently at the furthest most and grandest forge, in which a number of people are currently attending to, either manning bellows or heating metal. As he himself is watching, his hands clasped behind his back, or one hand behind his back, the other stroking his beard and keeping it out of the way as he peers over a dwarf who is very rapidly and very expertly pounding out a piece of metal into the shape of an axe head. As you begin to approach, though, his eyes do turn towards you, and he quickly tears his attention away from the dwarf's handiwork as he spreads his arms out and goes, "Ah! My great 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 granddaughter, et al.
Hello.
How are you all this fine forging evening?" Oh, how rude of me. This is Forge Master Gracht. He is a Forge Master of the High Kingdom. He's here to demonstrate to me the quality of the adamantine that I just purchased from his fine mines. That's where you get metal from. Haha! I know that because I live in one. Excuse me. Say hello, Forge Master. He's not very friendly. What can I do for you?
Give him a nod.
He's still forging a axe head. He's not really interested.
Okay. We wanted to talk to you about something. Though I'm sure you've also already noticed.
I expected you would. Unless you want to just take a tour. I could give you one of those. That might be nice.
Well, I was going to say it's probably something you've noticed already. A smell that might be a little off.
Did someone break wind? Was it?
I'm muted, but can he smell anything in all the smog? Like, it's gotta be overpowering.
I think he's probably can do it. He's used to it.
You're both asking me, but actually, what I was about to say as him, my nose is constantly filled with sulfur and all manner of other things. If you're asking me if I smelled something amiss, the answer is yes, but I can't exactly tell you what it is.
It's about Zhao's guest.
Zhao is a guest? Yes, he does. He has many guests. He has his whole family here. And you guys.
And a vampire.
He has he has a vampire.
Yes.
As a guest.
Yes.
Why? He is breaking out of his shell. I'm proud of him. A vampire guest. Wowee.
He's a vampire we have a troubled past with.
Oh, I'm sorry that he picked the wrong vampire, but I'm sure you'll be able to. If Zhao is an excellent judge of character. He has to be. He sets up an entire bureaucracy in this, and he has to pick people that aren't corrupt and aren't lazy or just there for collecting a paycheck, pay stamp, whatever. I don't know. I don't get paid. I have a hoard. I don't need to be.
Sorry. What are you talking about right now?
Which subject? I just walked over a few, I think.
No, just I wasn't expecting you to put. I just wasn't expecting. I didn't think there was a checklist to. I guess I'm sorry. I just wasn't expecting. I'm sorry.
Wage!
Yeah.
We have actual checks in tea, but I think in the rest of the world it's mostly coinage.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't know what a check is. Akio, that is. We have to pay in purses of gold. I mean silver.
Yes. I mean, most people within tea use a paper system that's backed by gold.
That's weird. That'll never take.
Imagine having that much trust.
I mean,
Anyway,
you're so trusting in gold dragons, so I think we're pretty trustworthy. Mostly. Except for cousin Louis.
Anyway, yes.
So,
The
vampire.
past we have with him is that he tried to eat a bunch of orphans.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. You can see our hesitation here.
Elaborate? Expand on that thought, if you will.
there are a bunch of elemental plane touched orphans, and he wanted their elemental plane powers, so he wanted to use blood magic and eat them to get their powers. But we saved the orphans, but then he came here to hide from our friend Suru, who's a gray warrior, and then he saved some orphans in front of Zhao, and now Zhao thinks that he can be redeemed, but we think he's just waiting for people with lesser lifespans to die so that he can go back and do his thing again.
Oh, that is clever. All right. Well, what do you want me to do? Go murder him? I could do that.
That'd be cool.
That would expedite this process significantly.
Ah, great.
Alright.
What should I use? Drunte Dunn spreads out, just waves his two hands in front of his face in a spreading motion, and suddenly a floating armory just basically appears in the air in front of you as weaponry materializes out of nothing from whatever pocket dimension that he keeps it all in. And he just starts perusing this increasingly three-dimensional floating array of various swords and spears and glaives, all manner of murder devices. Any suggestions? Is silver good against vampires? I always forget. No, that's werewolves.
No, you have to stake him while he's in his coffin, and then it'll paralyze him, and then we cut off his head and stuff it with holy wafers, or alternatively, you just pick him up and hold him out in the sun.
Steak like a beef steak or a
Like a wooden stake, like a
Wood!
fence stake.
ugh. Can I use an iron steak?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Can I roll a religion check?
Sure.
I mean, if a wooden stake or an iron stake worked, you could just poke him with a sword. He'd be paralyzed.
Yeah, I think
We poked
the
him a
point
lot.
is to keep him locked in his coffin or like attached to it. Religion.
Oh, is that? Oh.
No, it has to be wood.
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
Does it have to be in his coffin? If you stake a vampire with wood outside the coffin, does it do a thing?
oh yeah, that'll paralyze it.
Why don't we all just have wooden swords and stuff?
We're
Because those
fighting
are very
not
ineffective
vampires.
in every other situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for special occasions, I got a bag of holding. Throw them in.
You can just have a bunch of steaks. That's what vampire hunters do. In their vampire
Cool.
hunting kit, they'll just have like 4 of them.
How's eyes
Um,
glaze over?
Yeah, you're just having this conversation with yourself. Well, can always go with all reliable. And he reaches out and grabs a extremely well-made, very large Dao sword, swings it around a couple of times, the little tassel on the end flipping in the air. All right, where is he? Oh,
I mean,
Can I
wait,
help?
yeah.
wait.
I was gonna say we should, yeah. This would be the easiest solution, but also,
There's no
Maybe.
violence in the palace
Yeah.
still, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you get around that rule, but also I was gonna suggest we should wait. So maybe you don't get around that rule.
Yes. I definitely don't just get around that rule. That would get a lot of people angry with me. And he puts the sword back into the place where it had been floating, where it begins to float again. And as he does so, from both ends, the sword begins to disappear. A little sparkly magic slowly eating the blade up, as well as every other weapon that he had caused to appear. I can't just go murdering people willy-nilly in the Grand Palace of Tea. I think Chamberlain New would get very angry at me for one thing. And I don't want him to get angry at me, because I actually like him. He's very what's the word? Dependable. He's good at what he does. And what he is good at, and what he does is keeping the palace safe and the people within it. So he's probably pretty upset about this whole deal. My mother is calling my cell phone. 1 second.
What? Wait,
Oh
no,
my
you
God.
mean real?
Dragon has a cell phone?
Yeah, I was thinking, wait, what? I was like, my brain
I
was.
was like, wait, she's alive?
Come on.
My brain just didn't catch up for a second there.
Yeah.
Well,
Hello. Where's waiting for
Okay.
Sal's?
I'm eating pasta.
He's eating pasta?
I eating pasta.
An impasta?
Girl, I used to say that's Jake. Let me take the phone. You'd know.
No, my parents. I was supposed to have a biopsy, or maybe a biopsy done on this thing in my mouth
What?
yesterday, but I didn't get it done
Oh, no.
because I scheduled it to Tuesday. But I didn't inform my parents then. They knew that I was having a biopsy, and she asked me how it. She was
I
asking me
see.
how it went,
I see.
and I told her
Oh.
it didn't happen.
Ah,
What a twist!
What a twist.
what is this?
Where were we? Oh yes, your friend and mine, Dwante Dunn, the Iron Dragon of the North. Yes, no, I'm afraid you're going to have to convince
Yes.
someone in charge here
Figured we
to let me murder this vampire. If that is the...
I just
you know,
figured we should tell you
I
just in
understand you have a
case.
history, so perhaps you want to murder the vampire.
Just in case we need you, but I'll.
Well,
I can do
of
some
course.
investigating, and hopefully find out if he's planning
Yes,
anything.
I'd say you have to convince probably 2 or 4 people. Besides, have you spoken to any of my draconic brethren and
Yes.
sisterhood? Very good. May I ask who?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah.
All of them. I'm
Yeah.
the best one.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah. Sorry. We figured you'd be
I'm
the
going to
easiest.
presume
So
that is because you're saving the best for last.
also that, yeah.
Hmm.
Sometimes there's no greater pattern to things.
Mm.
I mean, it
No,
was
no, you should-
Senlin Ma got to us first because she knew about the vampire, and then we
Yeah,
got
she
sent
was
on-
watching him.
Yeah, and then we got sent on an errand by Senlin Ma to go see my
Hi,
brain.
Jane.
Oh,
Low.
you were
Yeah.
roped into their whole insult apology.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we told
dance.
Hai Zongwo there, and then we went to go see Zhao and tell him about our past, but he was you know how
Mm.
he's still convinced that maybe he can be redeemed. I wanted to go see Feng Wu, and then we came to see you.
Zhao can be idealistic at times.
Mm-hmm.
He is a intrinsically kind person. Dragons are people.
Mm.
Anyway,
Dragons are people.
but he is not the only power in this palace. In fact, really, there are two people in this palace that can give him orders. And those are Prime Minister Heju, who I believe you should probably be seeing tomorrow, and of course his august power, the Red Gold Emperor himself.
Hmm.
I did that honorific wrong. No, it's not. It's his imperial power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor. There we go. No,
Is
it's
this in
his
character?
august power.
Is this in
I'm sorry.
character?
Yes,
Okay.
his august power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor. There we go.
Is
the
August
sixth.
Power the Red Gold Emperor?
No, his august power,
Oh my god.
Okay.
the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor.
Do we have to say Emperor twice? Isn't Golden Emperor, Red Gold Emperor kind of redundant?
If you, yes, it is. If you are referring to him in the third person, yes. If you are speaking directly to him, you just need to refer to him as Your Majesty. Don't not do that. You'll be killed.
Okay.
All right.
Or slapped about the head and shoulders. It depends on the emperor, and I haven't actually really met this one.
So, your august power, that's what was the phrase? I want to make sure
Oh,
I have
no.
it down right.
No, so
No,
you
it's
just
first.
are-
in person.
Ah.
You just call him Your Majesty or My Majesty.
Yes.
I don't know. Your Majesty.
if you are speaking about him, it is his august power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor.
Yes.
You will be introduced to him as such, or rather, he will be introduced to you.
His august power, the red gold emperor.
The
Oh,
Golden
his august
Emperor,
power.
the Red Gold
Oh.
Emperor.
There
My
you go.
goodness.
Golden emperor, the red gold emperor. I'm
Emperor.
literally writing this down.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
don't give me shit.
No,
Yes.
no, it's a lot.
Yes, he's actually the 6th Red Gold Emperor.
What's the difference between a regular Gold Emperor and a Red Gold Emperor?
The year they were born in.
Oh!
Neat.
So the year
Yes.
they were born, I assume that correlates to one of the dragons.
Exactly. Every 5 years, or rather, not every 5 years, but every year it switches, and there's 5 of them. So it goes red gold, black gold, or iron. But typically, when you're referring to the emperor, it's the black gold emperor. But anyway, where was I? Yes, red gold, black gold, white gold, blue gold, or azure gold if you're being pretentious, and jade gold. Don't say green gold. It sounds dumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what it is. But yes, and then whoever's reign it is, have to change all the colors. That's why I wear red, or have the red highlights. It's the reign of the Red Gold Emperor.
So you change armor every emperor depending on. Okay, got it.
I have to admit I do cheat. I have a glamour on my armor that just does it for me. But
Oh, that's cool.
but yes, every normal soldier in the whole of the empire has to have their uniforms reissued to adjust whatever, or relacquered to adjust whatever highlight is associated with the emperor. So my soldiers that are the do you know how our armies work? So there's 5 armies. Each of them are associated with a direction, including the center. The center is a direction. Don't worry about it. So each army has thousands of regular soldiers with G's or sword and shield or spear and shield or bows and crossbows, whatever. It depends on the proportion will depend on where you are, but those are universal. But each has a specialist unit that is considered their elite. What defines them? The Iron Army of the North has the Iron Soldiers of the North. He gestures towards one of the soldiers that are currently standing at the entrance to the Great Forge Hall. And you note that even compared to the very heavily armored Palace Guard, this guy is just like encased in metal.
So is it like more akin to like full plate?
Yes. And even like he is aggressively plated. He has a large sort of conical collar that encircles most of his head and just allows like a slit between the brim of his round helmet and the top of the collar for him to see out of. And he's also armed with a very large square shield, a tower shield. It's approximately the same dimensions as what Pascal uses. And in the other hand is a tall double-sided G, which presumably he would wield one-handed, given that the shield would occupy the other.
Could you spell G, please?
J-I.
Okay. Thank you.
It is a type of Chinese polearm.
Okay.
More or less equivalent to it's not equivalent to a halberd, but it's basically a spear, and then it's like the spear decided to branch off in another direction on a 90-degree angle along its length, and sometimes it goes in both directions.
Okay. Well, now that I can spell it, I can Google it.
A little blade thing as part of it. Yeah, they look cool. Versus, so it's me, designed the armor and weaponry for the Iron Soldiers of the North in order to make them an unbreakable shield of stone against which the waves of Kesh crash and break. And they've been pretty successful at doing that. Have a big tortoise formation of those guys, and you can throw all the cavalry you want at it. It's not going to do anything. Well, it'll do something, but it'll involve a lot of dead centaurs. Yes.
You something to Sean Connery in that moment. I just wanted to. I don't know. You did perfect Sean Connery for a second.
He has a sort of Sir Sean voice.
No, I know. No, I know, but what I mean is like for like you just at some point were like I was like, whoa, he's here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. I'm going to have to get better at it in order to play in Ardania once again.
There it is. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Sorry. I was impressed. Okay.
Anyway, the Ivory Army of the East have the Ivory Sentinels of the East. If you were visiting Fengwu, you might have seen one or two of them with they are quite a bit more lightly armored, but they're meant for fighting both effectively on land and at sea, armed with basically a weapon that can be used in any sort of situation. So a stout spear, not quite a half spear, but a not entirely full length spear. It's 5 feet actually, and a shield and a longbow, and a decent breastplate helmet. Then there are the Azure Marines of the South, which are all Gilman actually. Because, well, I mean, it could be you could have whatever you wanted in the unit, I suppose, but they'd have to be able to breathe underwater. So that seems to be that's a bit of a issue with recruiting. But they have shields and they all have double Jans, and they're more of a they're not really a frontline soldier. They're more of a sneak on board your ship and murder you in your sleep sort of soldier. Senlin Ma is very good at that. Or she'll, of course, the one time I actually saw Senlin Ma take on a pirate ship, I think she was showing off, but she didn't do the whole sneak on with the Marines and fight the crew. Rather, she just sort of elbow dropped the ship. In her true form. And it sank because she split it in half. Anyway, and then there are the Jade Lancers of the West. Hai Zhangwo didn't really have much to do with his soldiers, but he identified a need for cavalry that could compete with the Cavaliarans, who are very adroit horsemen. The Jade Lancers are fairly effective at it. Anyway, I've rambled on. Is there anything else I could do for you? I have an idea. Forge Master, may I? Yeah. And at that which point, Devante Dunn reaches down and grabs the axe that the Forge Master had finished forging as Devante Dunn was pontificating, and he flips it around and hands it to you, handle first. Sada.
What is it?
Yeah, it's an axe.
You are now armed.
Have
Okay.
a dwarf forged adamantine axe, forged by one of the best axe forgers this side of the anywhere really. He's just very good.
Can I
Thank you,
even lift it?
Forge Master. You take it. Yes, it's actually adamantine isn't that heavy, although you do notice that it does have some heft, even in excess of what you would expect from a steel weapon. But as you grab it, it is extremely easy to hold and swing. It is perfectly balanced. Absolute masterwork of the craft. And as you note, the haft of the axe is actually curved slightly, and based on its balance. This is actually a throwing axe.
Ah, okay. Cool.
So you now have one masterwork adamantine throwing axe.
Hell yeah.
Don't let the guards see that; they'll take it from you.
Thanks.
My pleasure, and thank you, Voidmaster. The adamantine is excellent. You were, of course, as
I'll do a
it
little.
always is.
I do a little twirl with it.
You should throw it at me. Throw it at me.
I'm really trying to get over the fact that. What
Well,
is
if you
going on?
insist.
No!
Pal can catch it.
Yeah.
I throw it at Pal.
Does that cool thing where like
We did this
He's like-
before.
touches like the side of the blade as it
You
like comes
what?
at her and like spins it sort of around her body and then just like grabs it from the haft. Sick.
Fuck you.
A number of people working in the forge watch this happen, and afterwards they're just like, "Oh wow!"
Do you want me to throw it back?
No, I can't catch it.
I can't do that.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Akio's just tired. Don't tilt that far. You do that.
We did with shurikens one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright. I'll try to get over the fact that every time you do the grunt for the Forge Master, I'm like, is that Tombstone being a gremlin? Like,
Yes.
yeah, I know.
All right. Well, I won't delay you any further. But yes, as I was saying, you need to convince at least two of the following. That is Chancellor Zhao, whom is proving difficult, but we will inveigh upon him as his family. Chamberlain Yu, who I'm sure is already on your side, quite frankly, if he's aware of the nature of your vampire friend. Who else? Ah, right. There is one of the two people that can tell Chancellor Zhao what to do, and that is the Prime Minister, Heiju. And
Okay, say that name one more time so I don't get this wrong.
Heiju.
Hey, Shu?
Yes.
Hey, Shu. Okay.
Hezu.
Oh, hey, Shu. Okay. Alright, cool.
Yes. Which it actually might be more like he.
That's Shu. That's Shu. Okay. I'm
Uh,
probably, yeah, just...
my
make sure
Mandarin
I'm focused.
pronunciation is poor. And
Well, mine doesn't
Anyway.
exist. So,
my apologies to anyone who takes offense.
sorry, Oliver.
And with oh right, the Emperor.
Mhm.
Did I tell you the Emperor before? Is that why I was telling you how to pronounce the Emperor?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And you know that it's the Golden Emperor. Oh no, it's his
No,
August.
his august
His
power.
August
Power.
power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor.
Right. That's important.
Yeah.
Get very insulted if you don't do it right. But don't call him that. Well, I mean, if you do call him that directly, he's not going to. I doubt that he'll get too mad. But that is not the way to address him to his face. Then you want to just call him Your Majesty,
Yeah. Well,
right?
Of
Sure.
course, when we do talk to His August Power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor, we will have other agendas. Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the independence thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that probably has to be pretty high up there on the list of things to do. Ridding his palace of a vampire might be a good way to ingratiate yourself to his August Power, the Red Gold Emperor. Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, whatever.
You know, that is true. I hadn't considered that. He would owe us.
I mean,
Maybe.
that's one way to say it, but
Yes, I would not
might
phrase it
just
quite
sort of-
like that.
no, I think ingratiate is a better way to say that.
I agree.
A little less transactional.
I will let you do the talking.
It is a good idea never to tell a noble anything that they owe you something. Just so you know. Also, assume all dragons are noble, because they definitely do.
Huh. It's a good rule of thumb. Yeah.
Just some dragon interaction recommendations from Dwante Dunn, the Iron Shield of the North. Someone who has to deal with them fairly commonly. I mean, honestly, how many dragons are in this room? And like 6 people raise their hand and just like, yo!
Oh.
My family. Anyway, I have a dwarf to drink under the table, so if you would kindly excuse me. The Forge Master grunts derisively at the idea. And with that, Dwante Dunn takes his leave. You can remain in his forge hall as long as you wish. But what do you do next?
Can I use discern location to find Matamura?
Sure.
I do.
How
so.
long is the casting time on that?
That one I think should be instantaneous, but let me check.
Well, the effect would be instantaneous.
Duration instantaneous, casting time 10 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
So
if you want to just chill out in the forge hall, you could absolutely do that.
I will let people decide on a course of action first.
Nothing more chill than the constant ringing of iron.
Mm-hmm. The smell of sulfur. The intense, unrelenting heat of the forge.
That was like a great place to stay for Kasumi and her whole deal.
Mm-hmm. It is so dry in this room.
Oh, actually, Kasumi's fine. She just bakes water for herself.
Yeah, you basically. Well, that's the thing. You basically have to do that constantly because as soon as you stop, you can feel your lips chapping.
That's a curse.
Yes, it's the best.
All right, so let's leave this building.
Yep.
You thus exit the Iron Palace of the North, leaving yourself in the large sort of courtyard area between the palaces, on this raised circular area of the city on which is reserved for the various palaces of the Emperor of Tea. Would those who would like to please make a perception check?
Ooh. Do-ba-do-do-do-do.
Remember when POW used to be good?
No,
No.
Remember when she
Wow,
used to
rude.
roll above a 10 ever?
no, never.
No, me neither.
What are you guys perceiving?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Find out.
We have simply been given the option to perceive.
Our surroundings, I suppose, as we move from one place to another.
I guess I'll do some perceiving. Not much, though.
Only a mild amount of perception from you. Asai, you're the only one who notices this. But as you are walking along, you espy a gentleman looking at you surreptitiously in the distance, not exactly trying to hide, but also not making himself obvious. Looking like this. His eyes clearly follow you as you walk across the courtyard.
I'm gonna lean over to Pao and Sada and say, I think we're being observed, but what do you want to do about that?
I can sneak up on him.
What? Wait, we don't know. What? I mean, we're a bunch of freaks.
Well, yeah, I can
Why
sneak up
wouldn't
on
they
him.
look at us, right?
Yeah, but
See if it's just.
I would like to long distance sense motive. This person is like definitely watching us specifically and not just like because we're weird, right?
Also, speak for yourself, and then Akio begins to suck his coke. That's
We're
liquor.
come on. We're weird and we're guests, you know.
It's a little difficult, but also he's not making a tremendous secret of it. He is observing you.
I wave.
Adam.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
Wave
does
like
not wave.
this.
He does not wave back.
Is the weather nice?
The weather's pretty nice. Yes, it's a.
Hey, do you speak the same language that I speak?
It's pretty nice weather, right?
He's also like a pretty good distance away from you.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
that's why I
hollering.
shouted.
Yeah.
He does not respond.
All right, let's go talk to him.
Doesn't want to talk about the weather? What the hell?
Somebody should do a backflip. I want to see if that'll impress him. That'll get him talking.
I mean,
How you do it?
Pow does a backflip, I guess.
Does he react?
What does he think about that?
he does not react. He's just watching you.
He's a monster. I give you a standing ovation. He's a monster. Metaphorically, not literally.
Well, he's in red and gold and not any of the other colors, and he's definitely not from Duante Dun. So he either works for the Emperor, he works for Chamberlain New, or he's someone who has been bamboozled by our vampire friend into watching us.
Oh,
Let's start approaching him. See what he does.
Yeah. I would like to start approaching him, and I would like to prepare the spell.
I approach menacingly.
Whoa, hey. I approach so friendly. The most non-threatening.
All right.
You like a strut? Like a
As
sassy
you
strut?
begin to approach, after a bit of approaching, he just sort of steps back into the shadows of the building behind him.
Oh, I'm gonna close that distance.
All right.
Speed walk.
You sprint towards
After
him.
this freak.
Make a perception check.
Oh no, is he gone? Where's my mouse?
How?
Yeah.
You turn on all of your senses. You get to exactly where he was, and you are just like your ears start swiveling like radar dishes. You are sniffing. You are looking everywhere. This dude is gone.
Can I slip down my goggles to see invisibility quick?
Ooh.
I have those.
Sure.
Yeah, I just slip them down from my head.
You see a slip of robe disappear behind the roofline.
Whoa! He's on the roof?
Yeah, he jumped
He's
up
on the
there.
roof.
Heck,
Also, Pow, with your perception check,
Yeah.
as you're looking around for this guy, you, as you're realizing that he's just out of your ability to perceive, you look back towards the party slightly to just see if he had gone over in that direction. Turn back to that, and then make a double take as you see what looks like his identical twin, except you realize that, oh no, it's different person, but just exact same uniform, in standing very much the same way across the courtyard from you now,
Come on.
similarly observing you.
That's like the big, like what kind of like the arms out, like what do you want? Doesn't yell.
You
Just
well
like
what isn't
come
it?
on.
You well yeah. You well what is it him?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't make any change.
So, are these guys just like Imperial spies keeping tabs on us? What's up?
Well,
You
I'd
have
say
an
we
influence?
find Chamberlain New and ask.
I could
Yeah.
just
Let him know about the. Yeah. Huh.
As you begin walking back towards the central palace, he too fades back into the shadows behind him.
I got my goggles on.
All right, you see him turn invisible and also leap up
Damn.
onto the roof and disappear.
How far of a jump is that?
However, as you make a perception check, Sada.
All right.
Asai
no.
would have also
didn't
turned
see
on
any.
her.
My
I have my
goggles.
true seeing.
My goggles fogged up.
Yeah, Sada, you just see that. Asai?
I have that true seeing ability where I can, for like
Ah.
16 rounds a day.
Ah.
So I would probably keep that until, or
Alright.
turn that on until we actually get back inside.
Well, you're able to see the two people disappear as well. Getting back inside does take you a minute, so you use about 10 rounds of your true seeing if you want to keep it on the entire time.
Yeah.
But make a perception check as you walk. Okay. Asai, there are about a dozen of these guys around you, invisible, watching you
Huh.
in various places.
Okay.
Most of them are also hiding while invisible. Some are just sort of standing in the open.
It's kind of
A
adorable.
couple of them are not watching you directly. They're just sort of like scanning for potential threats, but most of these eyes are on you. Also, as you're watching, you see one of them make some sort of gesture. And if you'd like to roll sense motive.
Yeah. I would love to roll sense motive. Oh my god, I'm trash.
While you don't know what it means, you do get the idea that this wasn't just a random gesture, this was a hand signal of some kind. And after it, you do notice that these various guys and girls, these people, are now focused primarily on you specifically.
Oh.
As you guess that the one who made the gesture realized that you were able to perceive them.
Okay.
At this point, you re-enter into the palace, and the doors close behind you. The bright gold armored guards shutting it behind you, and nodding at you very professionally as they do so. Much more friendly than your other friends that you made outside. And you are back within the palace, left to your own devices. What do you do now that you have returned? It is at this point quite late in the day.
Yeah.
It is night. Some of your stomachs growl.
Do I want to find Metamura? Do I want to find Chamberlain New? I can probably find a snack to go while I'm hunting one of these people down. We have fruit. I'll just grab some fruit and eat it on the way. But who? Does anyone else have any interest in pursuing either of these people?
I mean, they're probably just meant to spy on us, so I mean, we could pursue them, but I don't think we necessarily need to.
Oh no, I meant Chamberlain New or Matamura.
Oh,
Probably new.
I
yeah.
was thinking about using diplomacy to gather, see if I could gather info about my brain, Namboku. But I don't know how effective that'd be if it's late now in the game.
I mean, it could. You could use it on Chamberlain New. Gather information on Namboku from him. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I just
I
mean
mean,
in general.
Matabura is kind of a known factor. He's on our side, but why not follow just Chamberlain New then?
Yeah, I'm just worried Matamura's gonna pull a Marco and we're gonna find him like in a cave somewhere, upset.
Why?
Because we haven't seen him, and when people disappear, it means Salsa's plotting something.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I would just note that Marco was a 14-year-old child, and Matamura is a adult ivory gold
But
dragon.
what if Namboku fucks him?
Come on, man.
Probably be a good time for both.
Okay, we can find Chamberlain New. If he's up.
Just hashtag you up.
All right. How would you like to begin your search? Because the palace is quite rambling and large, and there's always the risk of you walking into a place you're not supposed to be.
What if we flag down one of those guys who's following us and watching us and ask him?
They
We could ask one of the gate guards.
That is true.
That
They're
too.
a bit more responsive. And in fact, there's a couple just like basically standing next to you right now since you just entered.
I asked them if they've seen Chamberlain New recently.
The Chamberlain?
Yeah.
At this point in the day, he's typically retired for the evening after making his final rounds on the defenses. So you might find him in his chambers or in the practice fields, just trying to think of what he typically does at when he's off duty. Not that I am an expert on the comings and goings of our Chamberlain, but yeah, I would try the the training room, or perhaps one the baths and spa sort of area. Not the Imperial one, but the other, the great the main palace one. Not that you would be able to get into the Imperial one anyway.
Yeah. No, the one for us.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, either the practice room, or he might be speaking to the one of the ministers, or he might be taking dinner. There's a number of places that he could be.
Okay.
Chancellor Zhao might know where he is. Not that I'm telling you to go and just knock on his door. He's very important and very busy, and also does not like being disturbed on off hours.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Please, anytime. don't make any trouble, please.
I'll do my best.
That's not a very reassuring answer. One guard says to the other guard, who nods somewhat warily before they both just look at you.
Do I ever make trouble, or does trouble just find me? That's the question here.
An important query. At the end of the day, for the guards, does it matter that you attacked the dragon or the dragon attacked you? At the end of the day, they were squished either way.
Damn.
Deep.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, where would you like to go?
You know what? I'm gonna go find some dinner
Okay.
in the hopes that he is eating as well.
All right. Making your way back to your chambers, you find that he is not within. Neither is Pascal and Vampire.
Hmm.
However,
they're
Dottori
probably-
Clemenza is,
Mm.
and he looks up from the book he was reading and goes, "Oh, hello. I hope you had a productive day walking around in this magnificent palace."
Eh.
We were followed around by a lot of ninjas.
Oh,
Invisible ninjas.
that's a little disturbing.
Are there invisible ninjas here right now with us?
I will
Dottori
use
Clemenza looks left and right.
Akio
Oh.
declares that if there are any ninjas in the area, they have to say that they're here or they're not really ninjas. Damn,
got
they're
'em.
good.
I'll use another 6 seconds of my sight to look around the room.
Okay, make a perception check.
If they're in the room, that's really creepy. I am rolling lower and lower every time.
You perceive no ninjas. Or whatever they are.
Well, if there were ninjas, I hope they're reporting about that vampire.
The vampire? Oh yes, the Namboko figure.
Just hoping the ninjas hear me, but yeah.
Do you really think there are ninjas? Also, isn't that more of a Hadanese thing? Do they have ninjas in tea?
I don't know if they're ninjas, but they're, I guess, stealthy, invisible guys. Could jump up on a roof.
Does a rose by any other name throw as many shuriken, I suppose?
What if they're
Um,
not the Emperor's ninjas? What if they're the Shogun's ninjas? What if the Shogun has infiltrated tea with countless
doubt it.
ninjas?
That
It
is
would
why.
be cool.
That's
It
why
would be
I want.
cool.
Did they look like Tien ninjas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did they look like Hadanese ninjas? Did they look like Did they look like ninjas?
I don't
They had
I don't
red
know
and
what ninjas
gold.
look like.
They look like. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
I
you
doubt
know,
they're.
maybe I am not the one you should be speaking to about this. Perhaps you should speak to Chancellor Zhao.
Is he still working out with Batfire and Pascal?
I perhaps they would have been going for quite some time if they were, but then again, that is not entirely out of the realm of believability. But however, I did check up on them after a couple of hours, and did discover where the chancellor keeps his own rooms. So I could lead you to him if you like.
All right. Sure.
Oh, thank you. Please follow me.
Okay.
The Torre Clemenza leads you out into the hallway, and together you stroll through the various hallways. What was that, Nuva?
Sorry, it's Elden Rings ruined the word for me.
Ruined what word?
Together.
Oh.
Sorry.
Together, you continue to walk through the palace until you are led to a pair of very large golden doors with a pair of golden dragons wrought into the surface of them. A truly magnificent portal, and really quite large. And given that to reach them, they're at the end of a internal courtyard of the central palace. Seem to be built for easy access to the air. If it wasn't perhaps obvious, these are they. I suppose. Well, I suppose I was here before, so I'll knock on the Dragon Man's door.
Okay.
If you're uncomfortable, we can do it.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I was just thinking because you're really more important than I, but I hardly don't mind being the one to introduce. And with that, he knocks on the door lightly, a sort of gentle few raps with his gloved knuckles. Have you had? Oh, yes, of course, you have had a few occasions to speak with the chancellor. He is. I did too when I visited earlier. He really is quite a kind and an exceptional gentleman. At which point, the door is wrenched open with a speed that you cannot. That is uncanny given its mass, and Chancellor Zhao, all 7 feet of him, stands in the suddenly open aperture. He, through gritted teeth, you expels a almost hissed "What?" as Clemenza finishes knocking. Zhao's face almost immediately shifts from anger and deep anger. He was, in that moment, pissed. Shifts from that to a very sincere moo of regret as he recognizes who's on the other side of the door. Oh, please forgive me. I did not realize that it was you. The door is quite airtight, and I did not detect that you had approached it.
Who did you think it was?
No one important. Please come in. And he steps back into the chamber beyond, and allows you to enter. the Chancellor has changed from his sort of golden ceremonial armor into a still golden but much more comfortable looking lighter affair, sort of cropped breeches and what's just really a vest and a waist wrap, leaving his chest and arms exposed. His golden skin complementing the truly golden interior of this room. It's incredibly ornate. A vast hall about 100 feet long, gilded to the point that you can barely see like the lacquered red wood underneath, where the structure is holding up beneath the gold. In the center of it is a pile of gold, both coinage and various kinds of things wrought from the metal, though you note that there are no jewels or gems in this mix or coins of other metals. It's all gold. It's almost as if you walk inside and feel almost as if you have stepped upon the surface of the sun from the absolute glow that now suffuses your eyes.
Can I
Please
sense
forgive.
motive slash
Yeah, go ahead.
vibe check
Vibe check.
out? Just see what's up there.
Yeah.
Whoever he thought was on the other side of that door, he was like ready to figuratively bite their head off. And given that he's a dragon, that might extend to literally.
Mm.
There was the rage of someone who had already been pushed to his limit and then found the person who was doing it trying to do it again after it had been resolved. He was intense in that moment, but genuinely seems to regret having even so briefly extended that to you. Please forgive my appearance. Your friends are very adroit at physical fitness. And he turns to look where Pascal and Bapai are in the midst of a similarly gilded weight set. They wave to you. We had been spending once my duties were finished for the day. They had arrived quite earlier and had been using my personal gymnasium, but please,
We have
I absolutely request your forgiveness for my unforgivable rudeness.
I mean, something was stressing you out, so that's okay.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
It's got you in a tizzy.
Well, what doesn't, I
Anything we can
suppose?
help with?
The bureaucracy of tea is tedious to deal with at the best of times, and when it's frankly responsible for a good quarter of the nation being completely burnt and reduced to rubble, it's more so. There are many people within this palace presently seeking to justify their existence, and it seems to fall primarily on me. regardless, you are, of course, welcome in my chambers. I understand that some might consider the decor gaudy. I hope you understand that it is tailored to one such as I.
What is gaudy in this like definition? I guess.
Uh, overly in poor taste, so ornate that it's tasteless.
Ah.
Um,
Sorry, I'm very
can I?
tired, so I'm spacing out a bit.
1 second.
Okay. Well, we did start sort of late today. Toom, if you're that tired, would you like to? We could end today's session for the day.
That's fine. I can go for a little longer.
You
Okay.
sure it's not that big a deal?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Um, may I may I ask why you've come to find me here?
Well, partially we wanted to just check in and make sure that Pascal and Batbayar were okay, since we hadn't seen them in a minute.
They are
Those the
quite okay. Let me tell you, they're
does the
exceptionally healthy.
does the palace have a
Like,
bunch of men working for them that are wear black robes with gold trimmings
And can be
and
invisible.
conical hats and you can jump high?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, just making sure
Those
we saw those.
yes, those are the Renfang.
Okay.
What now?
They're the Renfang. They are uh, a police force, as it were.
Hmm.
They serve the palace directly. Technically, they work for me, but I don't necessarily direct them uh, uh, day to day. I'm not surprised that you may have noticed them. They are they are the special police of Tianjia. They're here to ensure the general harmony and operation of the city. You're well known to be powerful and um, are not native to here. You're a unknown factor for them, so that is likely why they're taking such interest in you and ensuring that you are being surveyed.
All
I
right.
apologize for if you feel that your privacy has been violated. I
It's fine.
assure you that it is not being done in your private chambers.
Hmm.
So only whilst you are walking around the grounds of the palace.
Yeah, there were a lot of them.
Well, there's a substantial number of you, and from what I've been told, each of you are quite dangerous to
Hmm.
those who have given you cause to be dangerous.
nice. It's quite the gymnasium set up here.
Oh, yes, thank you. Again, I apologize for my appearance.
Oh no,
No, you look really cool.
can you
Uh,
give like a little tour? Do you have like a favorite? Do you have something you could recommend maybe that we don't have back home?
oh well, it's all various. Just
Does he have any
you know,
dumbbells made of gold?
Yeah. Ooh, does he have anything really fancy?
actually,
Because those would be
I thought
really
I
heavy.
mentioned, but his weight set is heavily gilded.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Um,
Do you have any like really big crazy weights that are just like insane and it's like how could somebody possibly lift that?
Yes, actually, he does have a few barbells of um, unusual dimensions.
Oh.
I admittedly, some of these are actually you looking at them really, it's more like that than not. Um, I it's simpler for me to uh, exercise whilst in human form, hence why these are more sized for these hands than my natural form. Um, it carries over. If you don't know, our humanoid, a dragon's humanoid form and its true one are really both true bodies. Um, it's just well, myself as a dragon would find uh, any sort of challenging weights to be, well, it would be challenging to find them unless I were to start lifting up parts of the city's infrastructure, which would
Oh.
be problematic for it in its own way. Um, Worked quite hard to get it there in the first place. So yes, so the challenge is more uh, whilst I am this size, though of course this while I am much smaller, the strength of the being a dragon does not entirely go away. It's more just proportional.
While he's giving this explanation and showing power around the weights, can I stealthily cast detect anxieties?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I should make a stealth check then.
Casting spells surreptitiously is always hard.
Yeah,
Do you
because you
have
gotta.
a still or silent spell?
I'm guessing probably not.
Um,
Those are meta magics.
I'm trying to cause a distraction.
nope.
But I'm trying to keep him
Because
busy.
you can't really cast spells stealthily because the somatic and inferable components are like they're loud
Yeah,
and pronounced.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Even magic, even divine magic, because you still have to. You basically have to hold up your holy symbol and basically go, Crypta, allow me to discern this dragon's
Oh.
anxieties.
Oh shoot.
At
Ah,
which point he might turn to you and go, well,
what
I
the
can
fuck?
tell you that I'm anxious about having my anxieties discerned.
Oh man. Well.
But
Well, it
if you
was.
were to take the still spell, you could um, and apply that to some spells that you prepare, like detect anxieties. You could potentially cast it while not moving.
Is
So
still
you would
spell
still
a
have to
feat?
intone. Yes, you still have to intone loudly. Silent spell, you wouldn't have to intone. You just have to wave your arms around,
Ah.
and
That seems useful.
that's
Because you can just be behind
pretty.
somebody.
That makes it much easier to
Yes,
stealth something.
that's sure.
Interesting.
Well, I never did take that. We got another feat that I
That is
never
true.
took.
I
Oh
don't
my
think.
gosh. That's
Like, did you all recall to like do that?
I
God, I
don't
might have
know.
forgotten actually.
You
Yeah,
I
know,
don't
I
I
remember
was
when
didn't
the
just
last
thinking
think
one
about
I
came
that.
out.
saw anyone do that. So recall. So yeah, remember you each get a feat or a class ability. Um, and that
Right.
also means that Batfire is level 16. So is
Oh,
Pascal at the level 9.
yeah.
Whoa. Good
Hey,
for them.
hey, South.
Oh, he gets a ability score point. I can put in a strength. He can
That
get
one I
even
took
thicker.
insightful wisdom, or was
Yes,
that last time?
this is
Does
Jake.
that mean? Does that mean I can I get another element?
Uh,
Oh my
no,
god.
you can get a wild talent.
Okay. I thought because okay, I misunderstood because you said class feat, and I was like, oh man, I could take
Yeah,
expanded element.
not a expanded ability, but or expanded element, but a uh, a
Wild talent, yeah.
wild talent. Yeah,
Okay.
basically, you're just taking the extra wild talent feat. In that case,
No, I'm gonna take the feat and then take these, extra wild talent feat.
no, absolutely. Like that is technically what I mean.
I know.
You
I'm
get
just
an
kidding.
extra feat, and if you can, you know, take extra key ability or extra
I'm gonna take
ninja trick.
I'm gonna take extra ninja trick, then I'm gonna take the feet ninja tricks, and then take extra ninja trick with that, and then take feet with that.
All right.
And keep it going
You
forever.
all watch as Sada suddenly begins to rotate vertically
No.
before collapsing in on herself and wipes out of existence.
Oh, so that happened.
No.
Hey, it won't take 4 sessions. Campaign over.
Oh shit. Critical fail.
Damn.
Mission ended.
I
Boss
I
died.
presume you're here to speak more about your enemy that I am holding here.
Yeah, you get a
Honestly,
chance
we
to.
were mostly concerned about the guard.
Yes, I can
Oh.
I can see them being quite unnerving if you don't know what they're doing. And my apologies if they have done so. I will I will speak to the minister of the Renfang, and they will be a little bit less. I will convince them to be less oppressive.
I don't think we're planning on doing anything.
Was there anything
but
else you needed?
Did you ever get a chance to talk to Namboku?
Not today. I'm afraid I've been rather occupied with the other aspects of your visit, convening with the Prime Minister and preparing your interaction with the Emperor requires some prep work. That and also ensuring that you're all taken care of and my normal duties. And some new duties that circumstances have placed upon me due to the ongoing conflict in the country. Uh, I've been somewhat occupied.
Can I sense motive? Is the prime minister the guy that he's mad at?
Sure.
I
Is that
just
51? Well, no, is that 45? When he said prime minister, he didn't say it with any especial disdain.
okay.
So no, you didn't get the sense that he was perturbed at either the prime minister or the emperor specifically.
Okay.
But when
I'm
he
just
said
playing that, sorry, go.
bureaucracy, he said that with a little bit more acid.
Hmm.
Um, well, it has been several hours at this point. Senor Pascal and Peppa, if you would not mind, I will have to be returning to, well, getting prepared for tomorrow,
All right.
counting
That's
my
fun.
giant hoard of coins and whatnot.
All right, we had fun.
It was fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a nice day, normal day. Don't have to worry about anything happening to Sada. I'm sure no one's bothering her. You know, just average, normal, safe day for everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Nothing out
your
of the
all
ordinary.
of your safety is absolutely
Ah.
ensured whilst within the walls of the palace.
It's great. I don't have to worry about Sada being murdered.
That doesn't sound in character. Sense motive.
Yeah, I didn't throw an axe at a POW earlier.
Oh. What?
You,
Huh? What? Huh?
you heard me.
My Backfire senses are tingling, and I
To
don't
be
know
fair,
why.
you can throw basically whatever you want. That means as long as you throw it, you should
Yes,
be
but
fine.
but the
Really?
thing is,
Yeah.
yeah, but the thing is, pal, Backfire doesn't care about that. He cares about you, and he's seen you get hurt.
Chancellor
So he's
Zhao picks up a dumbbell
Oh no.
that looks like it weighs about 100
I don't.
pounds.
I'm like double checking to make sure that that's true now.
Backfire asks that you please don't throw a dumbbell
I
at his
don't.
friend.
That might be a bit much. That would be like being hit by a
That was
cannonball, and I think.
that was a
I think.
joke. Yes, I would
Oh,
not
okay.
actually fling a
Okay.
dumbbell at you.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm not so cruel. That would
Well,
truly
if I could though.
unnecessarily threaten your life. But anyway, I'm sorry. Dragons my age have a unfortunate tendency to ramble. Um,
You don't say.
yes. Forgive me for holding you over long. Is there anything I can do for you? Actually, I think there is something I can do for you. Speaking of, the Ren Fang, uh, I could tell you where your friend is in the city.
Oh, zero?
Oh,
That'd be good.
Yes,
Huh.
the warrior woman who marched right up to the palace doors. Needless to say, I've been having the Renfang keep an eye on her. Um, but yes, I can give you directions to the tavern that she most frequently stays at. She is like a cat prowling outside the cage of a mouse. It's unfortunate. Perhaps you can convince her that this particular rodent is no longer worth her attention.
I doubt it.
Although I understand that you are perhaps inclined not to. Regardless, I trust that your reunion with her will be um, well appreciated by both. Now, if you excuse me, I would prefer to get to sleep.
okay.
I haven't in about a week, and I expect I will only have a few hours tonight, which really begs the question of why bother. But anyway,
I imagine that this is. If I was not lazy, I would look at this. So
Is he like Duante done where so long as Duante done sleeps in the ground, like a couple hours is good enough to rejuvenate him? He just has to like roll around in the gold for a bit.
if you would like to ask him that, uh,
Does he just
no.
gotta
Unfortunately,
Scrooge McDuck?
that is no. The gold in this room is merely bedding and my preferred metal. Uh, Twante Dunn has that ability because of his association with the element of metal. My element is fire. Uh, I suppose I could um, I don't even know. Uh, just surround myself with wood and then ignite it. that would be deleterious for the structural stability of the palace. No, I just sleep on this normally.
Oh, okay.
Although, frankly, it never felt cramped before, but lately. Would you
Let's go, people.
care to see?
What?
What?
Sorry, I'm being I'm being very I am bordering on braggadocio. Please have a good evening.
Okay.
Not a threat.
And
What is
as you-
Agadocio?
braggadocio.
Ah.
He offered to show you what he looks like as a dragon.
Ah.
Evidently somewhat proud of it. But you file out of his chambers, and he, after smiling and bidding you a final good night, closes the doors. You then hear the sound of, from beyond them, really more through the walls than the doors themselves. You hear a sound like wind, as if a lot of air was just displaced. And then you feel more than hear a very sort of deep rumbling thud through the floor of the palace. That's it.
All right.
Good night, little dragon.
We hear big snores.
He hasn't fallen asleep quite yet.
Okay.
But you make your way back to your chambers. Bapere and Pascal are both very hyped about their afternoon working out with a dragon, who also is one of the major rulers of tea.
We're spreading great.
Yeah, it's sort of Pascal and Bapere walk back, kind of like bouncing off each other, just hyping each other hyping each other up.
Yeah.
They are, as it were, pumped. Anyway,
Pumped, indeed.
I have a lot of favorite relationships in this campaign, but my favorite one is this unexpected like Jim Bro with that Bayern Pascal, because it rarely comes about, but it has happened. And it's just
Ever since that fateful arm wrestling or whatever.
mhm. They are fully in the brosis. And yeah, you make your way back to your chamber and are able to relax for the night. Although you do note that you have not yet discovered where Madamura has gone.
Mm.
Well, I still have discern location.
That is true.
So
I mean, if you want to cast it right now, is
I got 10 minutes before bed.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Where's ya boy?
Where?
you cast discern location basically as soon as you get back to your room. And you find him. You discern that his location. How does discern location work? Does it like point you towards it, or does it show you exactly where it is, or
Ahem.
Oh yeah, I'm curious about this too. Is this like a bat signal? Like with literal bats?
A discern location spell is among the most powerful means of locating creatures or objects. Nothing short of a mind blank spell or the direct intervention of a deity keeps you from learning the exact location of a single individual or object. Discern location circumvents normal means of protection from scrying or location. The spell reveals the name of the creature or object's location, place name, business name, building name, or the like, community, county, country, continent, and all the plane of existence where the target lies. To find a creature with the spell, you must have seen the creature or have some item that must belong to it, yada yada.
Okay. Matamura is in the bath
Oh. How long has he
of
been in
your
there?
suite. You could ask.
My God, he's a raisin. He's all pruny.
All right, he's doing good.
Yeah.
What if he's dead
I-
in the bath? If he's
No,
drowned?
about 20 minutes later, he exits.
Oh, okay, good.
He's got a towel on. See the full koi fish tattoo going up the right side of his body.
How long were you in there for?
Like half an hour. It's a really nice
Oh,
bath. I just
okay.
saw it soaking.
I
I
just haven't
think
seen you for
I
most of
heard
the days.
you come in like right after I got in it.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen you
Where
for
were you
most of
guys
the
all
day.
day?
So I was thinking, were you in the bath all the time? But no.
Wait, who
Talking
came
to-
in right
no.
after?
You all. I stepped into the bath. I was in the bathroom
Yeah.
when I heard you guys get into the suite, and I saw stepped into the bath. Nobody walked in, so
Oh, he's in our bathroom. Okay.
yeah.
I just, thank you. I connected the dots.
Mm-hmm. Before that, if I mean, I don't know where you were all day, but I spent some of my time in the Ivory Palace. Then I came back here to the Golden Palace, and I went to the spa area, and I let them treat me right.
Nice.
I haven't had a full body deep tissue massage as a dragon in a long time. And this
We've
is
just
basically the only place I can get it.
we've just been walking around talking to big dragons all day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, they do deep tissue dragon massages?
Yeah, they need like a team. You can't be on a
Impressive.
bed because obviously, but yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend it.
Hey,
I mean, if you're a giant lightning breathing lizard.
we didn't know you were a dragon at the time, but I presume you probably heard about it too. You know,
Hmm?
remember Namboku?
Yeah, the vampire asshole.
Yeah, he's here.
I thought I smelled him.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's a
Wait,
guest of
wait. Okay. Does he have like a big like tiger tattoo thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
I might have shared a steam room with him
Okay.
Yeah.
for like an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
Can I just very carefully, can I cast Break Enchantment on him just as a precaution?
Sure.
May I cast a spell on you, Matamura, as a precaution?
Sure, if you think you need to.
Just as a precaution, and yeah, Break Enchantment.
All right. Technically, I believe break enchantment requires you to make a caster check.
Master level check. Yep.
Yes.
I'm
I
not
think
going to
I
tell
have
you
that
if it's
one.
necessary or not in this case. I just want you to roll it.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that is fair enough. Spells, caster level check.
Okay.
Decent roll. Pretty decent. Very good. Almost a perfect 20, actually.
Okay. I don't know. Am I supposed to feel different?
I don't know.
I'm not really good
Yeah.
with magic.
This was just, we saw him like brain boggling some courtesans, and if you, we just want to make sure he didn't like steam you in the steam room.
I mean, Let's not get ahead of ourselves. No, I'm kidding. I'm with Bo. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I assumed, but just want to make
I
sure
mean-
you're you and you're.
I'm
I
not gonna
pat
lie.
his head.
He's really hot. But
Yeah, you're fine.
Get under
his
control.
eyes are weird.
Yeah.
They're really they're always contracted. I don't know. He's got just this weird piercing glare, and also he smells like a corpse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You might not pick up on that, but I was trying to.
Everyone else pretty much. Yeah,
I was trying to figure that. I didn't
Oh,
want
a
to
corpse
insult
in
the
a
guy.
steam room. Oh my god.
It didn't get any worse. No, luckily, it didn't.
No, okay.
It didn't It's not like he wasn't decomposing. It was just
It's just sort of neutrally dead.
it was like grave dust. Yeah,
Oh.
it's just something died here, but it was 100 years ago. Just that musty, completely dried out organic smell.
Vampires can sweat?
I don't know. It was. I mean, there was liquid beading on him, but it might have just been the steam condensing on him because he has a really low core
Oh,
temperature.
that would be cool. That also gross.
Oh god.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's a
oh, aside, knowledge religion, you know that vampires do not sweat.
Wow, so it really was just condensation. Neat.
Oh, why was he in the steam
You
room?
also know from seeing Chancellor Zhao earlier
Feel
that
good.
dragons do,
Ah.
Hmm.
at least while they're human.
I just think Pathfinder
humanoid.
could turn into a dragon.
Nah.
No? They're
I
cute
mean-
It was
though.
close at one point.
Not till we get to the Pathfinder second edition.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, true.
You have at
That's
least
fair.
2 uses left.
Okay. Time to roll.
Ooh.
Could you
Anyway,
imagine if I rolled?
while they're doing that, yeah, he's a Manamura. He's a guest of Zhao's apparently.
Okay.
That's going to be 40, I believe.
Oh,
35.
oh,
Is that dragon?
it's not a dragon. Vampire, you become bipedal.
Huh?
But you also become your forelegs do not become plantigrade. They're
What?
digitigrade.
You're saying words I don't know.
Digitigrade means that you got that
Like
back,
a horse.
yeah, the back leg
So-
of a horse.
Uh,
Plantigrade is like a human foot.
Yeah. Digitigrade means you're standing on your tippy toe essentially, which a
toes.
horse does.
Mhm.
Just gross.
You're just
It is.
gross.
A hoof is just one big nail. It's
It is.
gross. They're just on their
It's not
fingies.
gross.
It's gross.
It requires. It's not gross if you keep it up. You just trim it.
horses are the
Polish it.
weirdest things.
Nice.
It's just gross.
Yep.
They have one big finger. That's all.
They have one big finger. Yes, they have 4 big fingers actually. Anyway, yes. So, but it is not a horse leg that you are standing on. It is
No, that's
a
an Gulligrade.
Goat leg.
no. It's
Digigrade's like a cat or a dog.
it is actually more like a cat or a dog.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's
You're like
and
up on the
you're
ball
right. It
of
is
your foot.
the other one is Ungoligrade.
Yeah.
But anyway, but it's not a cat or a dog. It is in fact a fox. As
What?
you
Whoa.
suddenly shift to resemble somewhat Ikari
Right.
Nohi. Your
Oh.
pupils becoming vertical, your ears shifting to the top of your head, becoming pointed and fox-like, and you grow 2, count them 2, foxtails.
Huh. I don't know Kasune actually still existed in
It's
Logos.
like an incredibly beefy
Oh,
tails.
well, no, his foxtails aren't incredibly beefy.
No,
I
I
don't
mean
think.
like tails like Sonic the
Oh,
Hedgehog, but beefy.
oh yes. Yeah, no, he is. I mean,
Cool.
don't Google that, but yes.
Too late. Too
I'm gonna draw
late.
fan art.
But yeah, you
Wait,
have.
Wait a second. Oh, okay.
You are
I thought
one
for a second-
gigantically beefy Kitsune. And yeah, we'll finish up there today with you discovering where Suru
Yes.
is.
That player is feeling very sorry right now.
God.
He doesn't know why. Anyhow.
And we'll also do this.
Oh no!
Ah!
This is what I was setting up at the beginning.
Nice.
What?
Yeah, that's
Really?
fun.
Breaking rules for me.
Oh,
There we go.
Feel free to adjust. They should all be named and
Not grabbable.
all not grabbable. Shit.
Some of
Fuck,
them are.
bitch.
Some of them aren't.
Okay, let me.
Dante done? Grabbable.
Okay, yeah, no, I forgot. I definitely
Grabbable.
forgot to do that. Controlled
Grabbable.
by players. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through a bunch
Grabbable.
and.
I'm moving the grabbable ones. Grabbable.
Okay, thank you.
Grabbable. Grabbable. Grabbable.
well.
I think I know which ones shouldn't be because
Doris
they're
is
the
not
ones that
grabbable.
I added. Gadaris is not?
Yeah, those three there, not grabbable. All these
Ah.
middle ones, not grabbable. Wait, this guy's grabbable. Or did you just change it? Yeah, and then all these ones down here are good.
Gadaris should be now.
Grabbable. Oh my god, does Paradox have a piece of cake? Oh my god.
He has a cupcake. Yeah.
Hmm.
Speaking of pudgy dragons, did you see the
Actually.
whatchamacallit? The trailer for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Probably
Yes.
the first
Oh, yeah,
trailer or
once.
teaser they put out before.
I saw the fucking Chris Pine as I forget
The bard.
The bard.
Chris
But I
Pine
forget the
is a
name.
bard.
I forget the
His name
name
is
because
something
people-
ridiculous, right?
people were making jokes about it.
Yeah, what was it?
Honors Among Thieves, huh?
Yeah,
me
it's
see.
something the bard, but
Here, let me see here.
honestly, Chris Pine as a useless bard, which
So
they
stupid.
also make fun of, bards in general. I actually like quite a lot. But yes, speaking of
Who the
pudgy
fuck is
dragons
Drellis?
specifically, it looks like Thember Showed is going to be in the movie, which is kind of neat. It's
Daisy.
a character in Forgotten Realms.
Edgin! His name is Edgin.
Edgin,
Edgin
yeah,
the
that's
Bard.
it. Edgin.
Edgin
Yeah,
the
oh god, that's such a
Bard.
stupid name.
Yeah.
No.
Chris Pine
just
is
noticed-
Edgin the Bird.
I really like Forge Fitzwilliam, the Rogue, played by Hugh Grant.
That is good, but Chris Pine is Edgin the Bard.
I don't remember who Chris Pine is.
He's doing what now?
He's
Yeah,
what?
he's Edgin the Bird.
He's edging it.
Okay,
Bard.
Chris Pine is.
He's
Alright, that should be
edging
all of them.
the bard.
All right.
I know, but I would like to know. He's not in anything that I don't. Okay,
Not
he's
bad.
Jack Ryan in Jack Ryan. I've never watched Jack Ryan.
Was he
Oh,
the
Chris
Chris
Pine
Trevor
is
in
Wonder
Wonder
Captain
Woman.
Kirk
Was
in
he
the
the-
new Star Trek movies,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's the
Oh.
Wonder Woman is.
Did you guys see that second one?
Yes.
No.
Do you,
I watched it on a plane.
the last
I
time
did.
you see his character, he like literally just like is off screen and he's just like, "All right, goodbye."
Yeah,
see
it's pretty
ya."
funny.
You never see him again. It
Yeah.
fucking killed us. Holy shit.
Cells.
All right.
What is your favorite movie,
So
Cells?
bad.
My favorite?
I'm gonna go back.
I
Oh, yeah,
just
bye.
feel
Bye.
like
Goodbye, Jake.
goodbye, Jake. what is your favorite film? I just realized I don't act like I know you for operas, and I can take a guess at what type of music you like. I don't know what
My
movies you watch.
favorite film is probably Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That makes sense. I
Hey.
should have assumed this. I don't know why it didn't occur to me.
Do you
Yeah,
know what
it's
my
pretty
favorite
good.
film is,
Oh.
Nova?
It's a Wonder Woman.
No.
1984.
Justice League.
No.
I'm trying to remember because I bet you told me and I forgot.
It's Hot
You should
Fuzz.
be able to select all of them at this
Oh,
point. So
hey, Hot Fuzz is my favorite of the three, so
It rules.
I think Baby Driver actually might have like pushed it out for a bit because that movie's good. That movie's real good.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that movie made me remember. Oh right, I wanted to make movies good. Like I got fucking Edgar Wright. It makes me mad because I'm so angry. He's what I wanted to be. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go do my chores because it's still
Okay.
Saturday. Sorry if I was in and out. I was literally running around the house doing things. That's my Saturday. All right.
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
Bye.
actually, well, I wanted to ask, for the next, since this is just the end of the campaign, it's only going to be another like 4 sessions or so. Would it be okay to do these sessions on Saturday? Because that works a lot better for Prof. I would like him to join the end of the campaign.
Maybe, but I don't know.
I
My schedule is all over the
Maybe.
place, so.
Yeah, I legitimately balance my schedule around the Sundays, but I just be aware that when we do it on Saturdays,
I don't.
I legit will be not like consistent.
Well, I literally don't know because I might work a Saturday night and then I will literally not be able to do it because I'd be working till 9 or 8:30 my time.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apologies.
I know. This next Saturday I work at 9, and then this on the 17th I'm off, but then I don't know ahead of that
All
right
right.
now. So yeah.
All right. So probably not. All right. Okay. Is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll still try to keep figuring that out.
Okay.
I appreciate Dante Dunn being in the bold of you to preach to believe I've reached my peak of a dumbass.
Words.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Um,
Eh.
Please assume I have dignity as a really crowded box. You know, you don't if someone just doesn't fit, you don't have to
I
force them
don't
in.
think Thurman would be in there. I think he's chiller than that. That's a very needy box, you know?
yeah.
You all know where Akio is now. You know why he's in there. I'll let write more stories. I enjoyed that, but anyways, that's that.
Can we just put Shinichi here?
Yes.
I feel like
assume I have
Pathfinder-
dignity.
Yes.
I feel like Fengwu would go there too.
Mm.
They're both just sitting over here watching the rest of us with judgment. I also feel like Batbayar should be, please believe I've reached the peak of my dumbass.
Maybe. Perhaps.
That makes sense to me.
Oh, then move him. I dare you. I freaking dare you.
Okay. Well.
I can't move it. I tried.
Oh, you can? Ah, that's because it's still representing Batbayar and not.
Aha. Complete
How and
domination.
Garland are in this box together. Like, so different
Wait.
and yet makes sense.
I'm so glad about Carlin. Wait.
I like how Prododux is straddling the line.
I didn't even put him in there.
It seemed appropriate.
Like, he was instantly moved in there. Someone moved him in there before I even had a chance. Oh man. Okay. I gotta go. Bye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I think we
Yeah,
got
that's
everybody.
basically everybody.
I think
Yeah.
that's a successful arrangement.
Yeah.
Yeah.